Hey everybody, Billy here, Unbroken Together Coaching, and this is part 2 of my Coldplay response video. Sorry, there's so much information in here. It's going to take time to break it up a little bit so that we can, get it all into, video format. I don't have enough time. So here we go. I'm going to break apart this letter now that he wrote. He starts off by saying, I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment that it's caused. Now, if you don't know where I'm at, this is Andy Byron, CEO of Astronomer. Watch video part 1. This is part 2. And this is the way he started that off. I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment that it has caused. So now, this is the thing he says here. The moment. This is not about a moment, okay? This is about an affair that wasn't in a moment. It didn't just all of a sudden happen. It wasn't a freak thing that happened where the camera popped on him and all of a sudden he was in a position with this woman that he had never been in before. Maybe it had only been going on for a week. Maybe it's a month. Maybe it's been going on for years. But the reality here is it did not happen in a moment. And while it did cause great disappointment, he has yet to understand that disappointment because of what we call the fog. And now we're going to continue here. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. He called it a deeply personal mistake. This is a sure sign of the fog. Understand this. This was not a mistake. Not a thing that just happened. You didn't trip. There wasn't, something that happened where you hit the wrong button on the keyboard or something like that. This was a choice. This was a decision. When this type of decision gets made, there's a lot of negative things that are about to come about. There's a lot of bad things that happen. Okay? It's still, even as long as it's still only just begun. It's all still only just begun. Now, but it's important to understand the way this letter is written, the way that everything was said. A moment. No, not a moment. You know that it hasn't been just a moment, okay? And for our betrayed spouses, I want you to look for the truth. Understand this. Look for the truth. You know it. You know where it's at, okay? That one thing you know about was not the only time. Okay, it's not to say that forever it hasn't been, and that was the only, because sometimes, let me tell you something, there's some times where it's the only email or the only text message and you got caught the first time. But we deny. Lies are the last thing to go. When we learn to stop lying about it or stop denying it, that's where truth comes out. And when truth comes out, guess what? That's where healing starts. We think in our heads when truth comes out, that's where everything is going to crumble and fall to the ground. That's where you're going to stop loving me. That's where you're going to divorce me automatically. It's rarely the case. It's rarely the case. Particularly when a man cheats. It's rarely the case. I want to tell you that the truth is important, okay? So here's the truth of this letter. It was not a mistake. It was a choice. He goes on to say, I want to sincerely apologize to my wife and family and the team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, and as a leader. Yes, yes, and yes. But what about a husband? And aside from that, you just lumped Astronomer into the same sentence as your wife. Okay? They're not the same. They're not the same. The damage that's been done to Astronomer, damage is not the same damage, real damage that's been done to your betrayed spouse. The damage that's been done to your betrayed spouse is indescribable. You've literally thrown an ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile into her life and destroyed the entire world. And that sounds harsh. Oh, it sounds pretty harsh, don't you think? No, I don't think, because to her, everything died. Nothing survived. To her, there is no survival. And that's a hard place to be, okay? I'm going to pick this up in a minute in part 3.